Hey, this is my first video. I'm not entirely sure about the quality of the audio and stuff, but I don't know. I'm recording with my phone, so yeah. This is a sketchbook tour of my finished sketchbook. This is a Talon's art creation. Let me Yeah, this is a Talon's art creation sketchbook in the color navy. Um, I did some doodles with like a black acrylic pen, and then these stickers. I've made this one. This is my character, Maddox. I did this one as well. I did this one. This one, it's a Brazilian singer called John. Um, I did this one as well, and then this one is from an 80s album, and these two I got off Pinterest, I think. Um, yeah, it's my sketchbook number 5, and I started it in February this year. So yeah, um, this is paint, by the way. This is like a sepia colored paint. I don't know. So yeah, this was like an info page, I guess. These were songs I was interested in um, at the moment I started this sketchbook. Things I like, things I dislike, and like goals for the sketchbook. And it's like a chibi self-portrait. Yeah, this is my character Maddox, and this is Tails from Sonic. Okay. I glued together the pages because I just never use the first page because it's like glued together here. This is supposed to be Hongjung from 80s, and the lyrics are from a song called "Save Me" by Extraordinary Heroes. Um, yeah, these are 80s members. I think I used like mostly alcohol markers, and like this one was acrylic markers. But besides that, yeah, and then this was pencil. Yeah, this is Yosan, I think. This is Songhua, Junho, Songhua again, and Hongjong. It does not look like him. But yeah, and then like most of the things that I write in the sketchbooks are lyrics. So this was gouache, and this is Remington from Palais Royale. I'm not sure how to pronounce the band's name, but yeah. And then this was colored pencil. Yeah, BTS members. In the start of the sketchbook, you're gonna see it's mostly like just copying from reference, like it's mostly realism and stuff, and then my style is gonna change throughout the sketchbook like more than once. But yeah, this was pencil, this was gouache, this was mixed media, like it's alcohol markers and colored pencils, and this was alcohol markers. Yeah, there's a hand in gouache. I was supposed to paint more, but I could not paint much in this sketchbook because of university. This semester was really like really harsh, so I you can see I used way more gouache in the start of the sketchbook than at the finish, because as the semester was progressing, I had less and less time to like paint. Yeah, this is gouache. The shiny stuff here is like a pen that for some reason it shines. But yeah, that was gouache, and then this is ballpoint pens over like a blue pencil. The blue stuff is like a graphite. I think I have it like here. Let me see. Yeah, it's like just blue lead. Right now I have red one over here, but it's just blue lead. And then this was alcohol markers. This is S-Scopes from 17, I think. And then I don't know who this is. I only know like 4 or 5 members from 17. And then this is again Remington from Balai. In graphite, it's the only time where I used graphite in the sketchbook. I had to varnish it just so it would not smudge. And the smell of the varnish is really strong. Like, it's not strong anymore because it's like it's dry, but when it's wet it's very strong, so I just avoid using graphite so I don't need to varnish. Woo Young from 80s. I'm sorry, I'm probably mispronouncing the Korean names, but yeah, this was gouache, and then like the darker blue is colored pencil, and the lighter blue are the leads I showed before. Yeah. BTS members. I'm not much into K-pop as I was like back in 2018 or something, but I still draw it pretty much. Like I still draw K-pop idols very frequently because I think they are pretty, and I like drawing people, so yeah. But I'm not really into the fandoms. I still listen to K-pop, but I'm not in like fandoms and such. These are my characters. This is Alton and this is Austin. And then this was a redraw of an older drawing. It's not supposed to be anyone. Like really, it's just a random guy. These are my characters, and then from now on, I started drawing my characters more frequently. Like at the start, it was just K-pop idols, and then I have more of my characters from now on. But yeah, this is Aaron, and this is Maddox. You're gonna see I draw Maddox like very frequently. But yeah, and then these were redraws of older drawings. This is supposed to be V from BTS, and then this is supposed to be Jimin. But yeah, his lips are way too thin. But yeah, and I never finished. And then Genshin Impact fan art. This is D-Look and Bennett. And then some chibis. They were redraws as well. I like how Toma turned out, and Child kind of, but it's way too dirty because of the pen I used. And then this is just a random guy I found on Pinterest. I'm sorry, my camera is bad at focusing. Yeah, anyways, this is a random guy from Pinterest, and then this is my character Maddox, and another one of my characters, Sebastian. And this is supposed to be young Maddox, but I just copied a reference picture, so yeah. And these are acrylic markers. And the pink thingy is like, it's supposed to be red. It's lead with a pastel pink brush marker. And then Maddox again on the 2 pages. Here I just kind of copied Jungkook in the reference picture, but I think the hairstyle looks pretty good on Maddox. And then yeah, this is glue. This was a brush pen. I'm really bad at using brush pen, but I really like how this turned out. And then this was just to cover the marker bleeding. But yeah, and then this is from Honkai Star Rail. This is Jingyu, and I think this is like a some, like maybe it's one of Luca's parents. I don't know. I did not pay attention to the story. I just took a screenshot. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. I barely play Honkai Star Rail. I have way too much quests, way too many quests that I have not done yet. But yeah, and then these are regionals as well. This is Xingqiu, Venti, and Xiao. I think they are like regionals of in-game stickers that you can use on the chat. This was to cover the alcohol marker bleeding as well, so I painted and then I glued it over. This was alcohol markers on a very smooth paper. These two were alcohol markers with colored pencils, basically. And then this is Kaya from Genshin and Jimin from BTS. And then this was entirely made with colored pencils. This is Yeonjun from TXT. I really like how this page turned out. Like, I had a limited color palette with the colored pencils. I did not have green, so I had to mix like yellow and blue, and I really like how the colors turned out. Yeah, that this is the only drawing in the 2 pages. I don't know, it was just Pinterest picture I found. Yeah, and then there's Key from Shiny. I just found these pictures on Pinterest, and I thought that they were pretty cool. I like his outfit. Yeah. This black marker is very shiny for some reason, but it's not supposed to. So these are alcohol markers with a black brush pen marker over it. And then this is my character, Maddox again. Yeah, I don't quite like this one, but I like how his eyes turned on in here. And you can see I stopped actually drawing noses, and I've like right now I'm drawing noses again, so it's like I haven't figured my style out. I'm still trying to learn what I enjoy drawing. And then these are original characters of one of my friends. They like describe the characters to me and I draw them. This character is heavily based off Tamino, I think it's his name, because they said so. So yeah. And then more K-pop, I guess. This is Wash. Yeah, and this is like the blue lead. I like how this one turned out. This not so much. This was colored pencil I did at university. So yeah, this is I think Kyungso from EXO, J-Hope from BTS, and Jimin from BTS. I had a limited color palette as well, and I think like with colored pencils, it's pretty fun to have limited color palettes. I don't know who these are. I just found images of like K-pop idol looking guys, and I found them pretty, and that's it basically. My character Maddox again. Yeah. He's based off Hanse from Victon in the music video of Stupid O'Clock. So yeah. And then my character Maddox again with Aaron. And I think this one turned very cute. These are alcohol markers. I really like the painting and stuff. So yeah. And then this is heavily mixed media. This is my character Juan, and it was based off another drawing I found on Pinterest. So yeah, props to them, not me. Um, yeah, this is like gouache with acrylic markers and this shiny black marker again, and some acrylic neon paint in some places, as you can see. But yeah, basically. And then my character Maddox again. This was just alcohol based ink. Oh, not alcohol. Water based ink. And this was a redraw from another sketchbook. I like how this turned out, especially his face over here and here. Colored pencils again. I was supposed to finish these pages, but I just didn't. I like how this one turned out. Looks very bright and colorful. And then this one is okay. Yeah. Acrylic markers. From now on, I started using acrylic markers very frequently. You can see it. The colors are very bright. I only have like very bright, colorful acrylic markers. So yeah, even when I don't want the drawing to be very bright and colorful, it ends up being because of the markers. So yeah. And then this was ballpoint pen and water-based markers, like a yellow highlighter and stuff. But yeah, this was all water-based and ballpoint pen. Yeah, the lyrics are always very emo. Don't mind them. Ballpoint pen again, and then this red on the background was me trying to save the drawing. I don't really like how his face looks here. But yeah. More acrylic markers. I did this at class in university. Yeah, they have no nose holes, and it might seem weird for some people, but I don't really mind, to be honest. And then these are my characters again. This is Austin, and this is Autumn. And this was acrylic markers again. I did the sketch in pen, and then I went over it with the markers. And this is Jonghyun from Shiny. They had just released their song called Poet Artist, which was written by Jonghyun. So I was very inspired by the music video and the song, and I really love the looks and stuff. So I drew Jonghyun. And these were acrylic markers as well. More acrylic markers. This is the same singer over here, called Jean. He's Brazilian, and I think he's pretty, so yeah. And some lyrics from some of his songs. Here it says, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die alone. And here it says, I don't feel bad, I just don't feel anything. So yeah. Shiny, I was supposed to finish this, but some stuff happened, and Porky, I did not finish him. But yeah, I just could not finish painting and stuff. So yeah, it was around the time Shiny's birthday, anniversary. I don't know. But yeah, I like how the three faces turned out. I don't really like how Onyu and he turned out. And then this is my character Maddox with acrylic markers again. I really like how this spread turned out. I really like his eye over here, how colorful it is, and then like him running. The pose was based off another drawing. So yeah. And as you can see, this was done in June. Yeah. Um, yeah, Vix. This is based off the song Error by Vix. I don't know the members' names, but I really like this song. It's I don't know a lot of their songs, but this is like my favorite. Some genshin scenery with acrylic markers. I just did not finish because I didn't have patience. So yeah, and then this was watercolor from December 2024. I don't know why it says 2014, but yeah, I'm gonna fix this. It's supposed to say 2024 anyways. Um, yeah, this was just watercolor and I like how it turned out, so I glued it here because I had to fill up space. I hate these, but I had to fill up space anyway, so yeah. And then this is Albedo from Genshin Impact in acrylic markers. I kind of liked how it turned out, but not really. I don't know, I like the colors, but I'm not a huge fan of it. And then I really like this spread. These are my characters again, Autumn and Olsen. And I always redraw this drawing. It's based off the song opening sequence by TXE, and like I really like how it turned out. I like the colors. I like the shiny like blue glass shards. Um, yeah, I like how it turned out. And then this is again the singer Jean. Um, it's the lyrics again. It says nothing that you say makes any sense because I walk my own walk basically. And then here it says the weird guy I pretended I don't know not to be has been reborn. Maybe I can now rest. I want to feel more. I want to drink more. I want to run more. Escape in the middle of the night. Feel the cold breeze. Fill my lungs with air and scream. It's like just lyrics. And then this is Kai from EXO. I just found these pictures on Pinterest and I wanted to draw him. I did the shape with acrylic markers and then I went over with a pen and I drew the lines over. So this was a fun exercise. Yeah, the same thing but with timing from Shiny. I like this exercise, so yeah. This is my character, Maddox. Um, yeah, this looks very sad, very dark. I don't quite like it. I think it should look like his face is, it's pressed. I don't know. I really like these, specifically these three. This was alcohol markers, as you can see from the bleeding. Um, and these are like my characters in not like in human disguise because they are like magical creatures. So Sebastian is a vampire, Astro is a warlock, as well as Aaron and Rowan, and then Nernio is a demon. So yeah, I really like how these turned out. I glued a lot of pages together at the end. So yeah. Um, alcohol markers again. This is my character Sebastian. This same one is here, and I really like how my style turned out in these pages as well. So yeah, um, yeah. These are based off the singer from like the main vocalist from Bad Omens. I think his name is Noah. Um, like I found these pictures on Pinterest and I thought like he looks exactly like what I think my character Sebastian would look like, so I used it as a reference. So yeah, then we have a random guy I found on Pinterest. I don't know who he is. Songhua. And then like this pose, I decided to draw like and paint because I really like the picture. This is supposed to be Seonghwa. It looks like sun, I think. But yeah, these were alcohol markers. I like how this one turned out. I like the sketchy kind of look. So yeah, this was me trying to create an alien persona. I kind of like how it looks, but I don't know. And then this was me figuring out my next sketchbook cover. I did end up doing the Tamagotchi thingy. I'm gonna show it when I finish the sketchbook tour. And then these are alcohol markers as well. This is Jongho from ATEEZ, Songhwa, and Hongjung. I like how this one and this one turned out. I don't like how Songhwa looks. But yeah, I really like this music video. And then this was the end of the sketchbook. I finished it on June 21. I don't know how to say dates in English properly, but yeah. And like I just reflected on the end, and then like yeah, there are 2 pages missing, but yeah, and then I did this sticker. I drew it like yeah. So this was my last sketchbook. Currently I'm using 2. Like let me just it's being used to prop up my phone, but yeah. I have this one which is very tiny, like compared to the size I'm used to. It's very tiny. I went with the Tamagotchi look, as you can see, and then here it says Maddox in like graffiti. I'm not good at graffiti, so yeah. And I painted the edges. It's yeah, it's failing here, but yeah. I painted the edges with this nice blue, and I started it the same day I finished this one. So here's the alien persona with some of my characters as plushies. And I haven't really used it. I did this drawing, which I like how it turned out. It's my character Maddox, and I did this one of Thangsleaf and Halfdan from Genshin Impact, but that's pretty much it. I haven't used it besides these drawings. I'm not gonna discard it. I just need to figure out how I want to use it. And then I also started this one, which is like the same size, not kind of the same size as my old one, but it's horizontal. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Anyways, it's like a landscape instead of a portrait. And I really like how the cover turned out. I wish I had recorded, but it was a process. Like the cover did not look like this at the start. I'm gonna put a picture in the screen if I remember to. But yeah, the cover looked very different, and I also like the thing I did here, so I did the same over here, and I also painted the edges because I think it looks better than just this. So I painted this one yellow, and I have tried to start it, but I failed, and I painted over it. I'm gonna try to record me starting the sketchbook, but yeah. I have some swatches, and that's it. I have not really drawn in it at all. But yeah, I'm gonna try to record myself starting this sketchbook, maybe some drawings in here as well. I'm gonna try to finish at least the big one before I start another sketchbook, because I have this issue where I start new sketchbooks and never finish the old ones. So finishing this one was really cool already. And I also have like a close one that's exactly the same as this one. So yeah, I need to stop buying new sketchbooks before I finish my current ones. Anyways, that was the video, the sketchbook tour. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video, hopefully. Yeah, bye bye.